This next clip comes from a TikTok user named MamaLady6. She explained she was enjoying a quiet walk down the road in the mountains near Lewiston, California, on her way to a Christmas event, when she noticed something she says looked like it came straight out of a horror movie. As she continues walking, she pans her camera toward a nearby house, and it becomes immediately clear why she was so disturbed.
Look at this. What the f?
It's a little bit freaky.
I thought it was a person for a second. Don't go in that house because you're gonna die.
Sitting on a chair on the front porch is a tall, unsettling-looking doll, positioned in a way that almost feels intentional. It's not moving, and nothing paranormal happens in the video. But this sight alone is enough to make most people uneasy. There's just something deeply uncomfortable about stumbling across a figure like this in such a quiet, isolated setting. Whether it's meant as decoration, a prank, or just someone's strange sense of humor, it's the kind of thing that instantly makes you want to keep your distance. This next clip comes from a Reddit user named Jacob Abraham, who shared his experience on the Bigfoot subreddit after a strange encounter on a trail. Jacob explains he was walking along the trail when he noticed something in the distance he initially assumed was a bear. Wanting to be cautious, he pulled out his phone and started recording. But as he watched the figure move, he began to second-guess what he was looking at. It didn't quite behave like any animal he was familiar with. Later on, Jacob showed the footage to one of his friends and asked what he thought it could be. The response caught him completely off guard. According to his friend, the figure in the video might actually be Bigfoot, and after watching the clip, it's easy to see why the idea came up. The shape, posture, and way it moves don't line up perfectly with the typical bear sighting. Some viewers do believe this could be a genuine Bigfoot encounter, especially since Jacob didn't immediately jump to conclusions and seemed honestly unsure of what he was seeing. Others think it may have been a bear briefly standing upright, a person hiking in the distance, or even a staged hoax with someone wearing a costume. Without clearer footage or more context, it's difficult to rule any of those possibilities out. As always, I'll leave this one up to you. Did Jacob stumble onto something legendary, or was this just a case of mistaken identity? Over on TikTok, a user known as WBauctions shared a piece of security camera footage filmed inside an antique house at around 2 o'clock in the morning. The building is closed to the public at this hour, meaning no one should be inside. And right from the very start of the footage, something feels off. The clip immediately shows an old, antique pram, already rolling across the floor on its own. At the exact same time, a light in hallway outside can be seen flickering on and off. The uploader mentions the footage left everyone working in the sales room completely shaken, and it's easy to see why. Watching a pram move by itself in an empty building, especially one filled with old and historic items, taps into a very specific kind of unease. Some believe this could be a spirit interacting with the environment, possibly drawn to the antique pram itself. Others think there may be a bit more ordinary explanation, like vibrations or an electrical issue causing both the movement and the flickering light. Still, the way both happen together makes it difficult to brush off. Either way, if I worked there, I'd probably think twice about coming back after hours. Hopefully, whatever caused this didn't stick around, because an antique house moving on its own isn't exactly a comforting place to be. The next video we'll be looking at comes from a TikTok account known as Wes4 for Life. The uploader explained she was home alone when she discovered something very strange inside her attic. At the start of the video, she shows just how small and cramped the attic space is. While looking around, she points out something that's already unsettling on its own. A small toy car sitting on top of a dresser. She claims she originally found it inside a hollow space in the wall, which immediately raises a few questions. As odd as that is, things take a far more disturbing turn at around the 1-minute mark.
Back here, in this hole. I covered it back up because it was a little scary, but it's full of beets. What was that?
Out of nowhere, a head suddenly pops up from inside the hollow wall. It's only visible for a second or two, but it's long enough to notice. Almost immediately after, the uploader seems to realize something's wrong as well, quietly asking, "What was that?" before the video cuts off. In a follow-up clip posted later on, she shows there are no other openings or holes in the ceiling anywhere in the house, aside from the single access point leading up to the attic. Seeing a human head appear from inside a wall is unsettling on a level that's hard to describe. Some believe this could be someone secretly hiding inside the structure of the house, possibly watching from the attic space. The idea someone could be lurking just out of sight is terrifying all on its own. Others wonder if the moment was staged for shock value. Still, even considering that possibility, the timing and setting make it deeply uncomfortable to watch. Either way, realizing someone or something might be hiding inside your walls is enough to ruin any sense of safety. I don't think I'd be getting much sleep in that house after seeing this. A TikTok user named Charlebel shared a video in May of 2025 showing what starts out as a completely ordinary day of tidying up her home before taking a very unsettling turn. Charl explained she was busy cleaning when she noticed something strange happening near the bottom left corner of her rug. At the time, she believed she was home alone, but after a few seconds, it became clear something wasn't quite right. Out of nowhere, the corner of the rug suddenly lifts up in a quick, sharp motion. There's nothing nearby touching it, and Charl can only stand there in shock, clearly trying to process what she just saw. Seeing something move so abruptly without any obvious cause is enough to make anyone freeze. Some believe this could be a spirit interacting with its surroundings, possibly trying to get her attention while she was cleaning. Others think there might be a more mundane explanation, like something just out of frame causing the movement. Still, the suddenness of it makes the movement hard to ignore. Whether it was something paranormal or not, having your carpet snap upward while you're home alone is the kind of thing that would make anyone stop what they're doing and question what's going on in their house. This next story comes from the Paranormal Encounters subreddit and includes a surprising amount of context, which makes what happens here even more unsettling. The uploader explains he used to work at a party stall where there had long been rumors of ghostly activity. He says he'd experienced a few strange things himself over the years, but was never able to prove any of it until one particular morning shift. On this day, he and another employee came in early to handle some pre-orders. While getting settled at his computer, he noticed a blue balloon sitting under his desk. He thought it was strange, but didn't dwell on it too much, assuming the closing manager might have left it behind. He picked it up, tossed it into the hallway, and went back to work. About 15 minutes later, the other employee approached him and casually mentioned she'd popped a balloon. At first, he brushed it off, saying balloons pop all the time, and it wasn't a big deal. That's when she told him it popped because it was following her in the break room. The uploader immediately asked if the balloon was blue, and she confirmed it was. Now fully unsettled, he decided to check the security footage from earlier that morning. What he saw made his stomach drop. On camera, the blue balloon can be seen traveling from the front of the store all the way into his office within just a few minutes. To do so, it would have had to make several sharp turns, eventually ending up under his desk. And after being thrown into the hallway, it somehow appears to follow the other employee shortly before popping.
What the?
Seeing a balloon move with what looks like intention is deeply unsettling, especially in a closed indoor space. Some believe this could be a playful but eerie spirit interacting with the environment, choosing an object no one would expect. Others suggest there could be a more ordinary explanation, like air currents or ventilation, pushing the balloon along in just the right way. Still, the timing and path it takes make it difficult to fully explain. Either way, this is the kind of footage that gives balloons a whole new reputation, and it's not exactly a comforting one. This next video comes from a TikTok user known as EmuloBT9CW, who shared footage recorded on her home security camera in the middle of the night. In the video, she is recording her screen as the security footage plays back. At first, she mentions she thought there might be coyotes wandering around her property. But as the footage continues, she quickly realizes whatever's outside doesn't look like coyotes at all.
What is that?
It's probably that coyote.
Right there. What the heck?
Is that coyote?
No.
That's not a coyote. That's a person.
Where's the dog?
Well,
Oh, you better go now. Where's the dog? There's the dog. Why is she in her freaking pen?
Ooh.
What the? Oh my god. Okay, so it came back. What the hell?
is it the one you saw in the face?
And the dog's just staring.
So why is the damn dog not working?
Oh my god.
Is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Throughout the video, a strange, pale pale, humanoid-looking figure can be seen moving around the property. It walks unnaturally, lingering in certain areas as if it's exploring its surroundings. The longer you watch, the more unsettling it becomes. At around the 2 and 3 minute marks, the creature suddenly runs off, disappearing into the darkness. It almost feels like it noticed it was being watched, or maybe it was startled by something else entirely. Seeing something like this roaming around your property while you're asleep is enough to make anyone uneasy. Some believe this could be footage of an unknown creature, possibly something cryptid-like, caught briefly on camera. Others think it could be a person or animal appearing distorted due to night vision and camera processing. Still, the pale appearance and strange movement make it difficult to confidently identify. Either way, this is not the kind of footage you want to wake up to on your security system. This next clip comes from a TikTok user known as Beware of Henny, who shared a strange experience back in January of 2026. In the video, Henny is simply filming a mirror selfie in her bathroom, posing casually for the camera. Everything seems normal, until something catches her attention out of the corner of her eye. She turns her head and pans the camera toward the window, and that's when things take a strange turn.
What? What?
As you can see, the bathroom window appears to be opening on its own, while Henny stands there in complete shock, clearly unsure of how to react. What makes this even more unsettling is the fact that she later uploaded a second video, filmed on a completely different day. In that clip, the exact same thing happens again. The window opens by itself, without any visible cause.
Bro. Did y'all see that shit? It's still going. Bye.
Seeing the same unexplained event happen more than once naturally raises a few questions. Some believe this could be something paranormal, especially since the movement looks deliberate rather than random. Others suggest it could be something more mundane, like a loose hatch or mechanical issue with the window. But even strong wind wouldn't easily explain how it opens and closes so cleanly while she's standing right there. Whatever's going on, having a window move on its own while you're alone in the bathroom is enough to leave anyone feeling uneasy, and the fact it happened more than once only makes it harder to ignore. A TikTok user known as TessaSecret0 shared a video in January of 2026 showing something deeply unsettling involving a doll. So if you happen to have a doll collection at home, you might want to brace yourself. The footage itself dates back to 2017 and shows the uploader's sister sitting down and casually playing with an American Girl doll, even putting makeup on it. Everything seems harmless at first, until the moment things suddenly change.
Right now, but yeah, I didn't go on with any eyeshadow because I didn't want. Do you guys see that?
Without any warning, the doll's head turns on its own. The movement is subtle but clear, and it's enough to completely catch the girl off guard, leaving her confused and bitterly shaken. Moments like this are why dolls have such a long history of being linked to paranormal stories. Some viewers believe this could be a case of a possessed object briefly moving on its own, especially since the motion appears deliberate rather than accidental. Others think there could be a more ordinary explanation, such as a thin string or mechanism just out of view, causing the head to turn. Still, without seeing anything connected to it, The movement feels unsettling regardless. Whatever caused it, watching a doll move on its own is the kind of thing that sticks with you. And this clip is definitely enough to make anyone think twice before leaving one sitting in the room. This next case comes from the Reddit user Wreckfulness, who shared footage to the UFO subreddit showing something unexpected captured during a live stream. The video was recorded on January 14th, 2026, at around 9:46 p.m., while the uploader was streaming to his audience and driving down a road in Flukeville, Texas. Everything seems normal at first, just a quiet night drive, when suddenly, something appears in the sky directly ahead of him.
What the absolute f*** am I looking at right now? What the hell? Holy sh**.
You okay?
No, dude. What is that, chat?
Let me go to your frame.
What the f***? Oh my god, I think it's the end. I think it's the end. I've never seen that in my life. Oh my god. What, bro, what the f*** is that sh**?
Oh my gosh.
What? I don't know. They're too far apart to be planes.
They're not a tower?
No. Oh my god. One of the lights is disappearing. The light is disappearing.
What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell? What?
Oh,
It's gone. The light's gone. It's gone. It just went away. They're separating. Bro, what the hell? Call the news. I think I'm the only person seeing this right now. There's no way. Look at that. What is going on?
A group of bright lights can be seen hovering in the distance, immediately catching the uploader's attention. You can hear the confusion in his voice as he tries to make sense of what he's seeing in real time. What makes this case even more intriguing is the additional footage pulled from later parts of the same stream. In parts 2 and 3, the lights can clearly be seen separating from one another, moving independently instead of staying grouped together. That detail alone is what really gets people talking. Some viewers believe this could be genuine UFO activity, especially since the footage was captured live, and the lights appear to split apart in a way that doesn't resemble typical aircraft behavior. Others think there could be a more grounded explanation, possibly involving multiple drones or aerial lights filmed at just the right angle. Still, the way the lights separate and reposition makes the situation difficult to explain with confidence. Catching something like this live, with no cuts and no setup, adds an extra layer of credibility for some people. So what do you think? Unexplained activity in the sky, or something more down to earth? Let me know your theories. This next clip comes from the Reddit user Neptune11, who shared a video to the Alien subreddit, showing what many believe could be a UFO sighting over the skies of Edinburgh. The footage doesn't waste any time. Right from the start, it's clear there's something unusual hanging in the sky, and as the video continues, it only becomes more intriguing. The object appears as a glowing orb-like light, flickering through several different colors as it slowly rotates in place. The entire sighting lasts for around 25 seconds, giving viewers plenty of time to study its movement. Many people in the comments were impressed by the footage, with some asking where exactly in Edinburgh it was filmed. Others pointed out the video may be close to 20 years old, which only adds another layer of mystery. With very little information available, some believe this could be a genuine, unidentified object, especially given the way it changes color and seems to move with intention, rather than drifting randomly. Others think it could be a hoax or man-made light source captured in a way that makes it appear more unusual than it really is. Without additional context, it's hard to say for sure. Still, seeing something like this glowing silently in the night sky is enough to make anyone stop and stare. So what do you think? A legitimate UFO sighting or something more explainable? Let me know your thoughts. This next video is going to both break your heart and heal it at the exact same time. Sounds weird, but trust me. It was posted by a user on TikTok named Julietta Money on October 27th of this year and shows home surveillance camera footage taken inside a home late at night. The footage in question shows two dogs seemingly coming to visit their owner in the afterlife. Watch this. You can see and hear the two dogs running and barking while one of the new dogs sits in the chair and looks at them. There isn't anything too creepy about this entry, but it just goes to show the unbreakable bond that we all have with our beloved pets. Other videos that Julietta uploaded showcase the dogs in all of their cuteness. Family gatherings are vital for fostering strong bonds and creating lasting memories among loved ones. They provide an opportunity to connect on a deeper level, share stories, and celebrate traditions, helping to reinforce a sense of identity and belonging. However, as it turns out, sometimes family gatherings can be absolutely horrifying, just like the one that's depicted in this next TikTok video that we'll be having a look at. The footage in question was uploaded by user Salguero Hueca in October of this year and shows his entire family sitting down at the dinner table. Everyone there seems to be having a nice time with lots of smiles and conversations to go around. However, things take a seriously dark turn when Salguero pans the camera behind him. Take a good look at the outdoor area and see if you notice anything unusual. Let's watch. A strange, ghostly woman can be seen standing ominously still, watching the family as they have their gathering. The woman in question seems to be wearing all white and has long black hair, almost like that of Sadako in The Ring. Others have said that they think the woman looks like the pale lady from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I can only agree. Since there's no audio in this clip, we don't know for sure what kind of reaction Salguero had to this encounter. One can only assume that he was petrified. Let's just hope that the next time Salguero and his family get together, that they meet up at someone else's house just to be on the safe side. Exploring with Angelo is a popular YouTuber who frequently uploads videos of himself wandering around various abandoned and haunted places from around the world, to incredibly scary results, as you'd expect. In this video published to his channel on July 10th, 2024, Angelo ventures out to a creepy forest to do some camping and exploring in the middle of the night. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, he also uses a Ouija board. This just has trouble written all over it. At around the 11-minute mark in the video, Angelo is panning the camera around the area and talking to the audience, when he finds himself in for quite the big scare. Watch this.
Weird how the spirit talkers... Oh, there we go. Okay, I was going to check if it was running. That's why I stopped. We got Fred. Who's Fred?
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
Carol.
Carol. Getting a lot of names. Common theme here, apparently. Lots of names.
My family is here.
Whoa. My family is here. Okay. Okay, what the f*** is that? What is that noise? Hello? What the hell? That was loud. That was definitely not an animal noise. There's no way.
Some strange knocking sounds can be heard coming from inside the forest after the Spirit EVP app says, "My family was here." How creepy. Luckily for Angelo, nothing else too unsettling happens for a while afterward. In fact, the next thing that we'll be taking a look at here isn't until around the 42-minute mark in the video. It's here in which Angelo, inside of a tent, starts to hear something that chills his blood.
It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as if...
Stacy.
What the f was that? It literally sounded as if... It literally sounded as if...
An extremely strange sound can be heard right outside of Angelo's tent. Just before he heard this sound, he'd stopped the Ouija board session because he thought it sounded like something was approaching the tent. He may have been right. Angelo then continues on with the rest of his night, but he isn't able to get comfortable for too long.
What is going on here? Oh my... Okay, what is that? What keeps doing that? We're just gonna set this aside for a moment, because... that was a bit much. Oh, what the f***? That was that sound again. What the f***?
He hears the strange noise 2 more times before he eventually decides to pack his things and leave, which, if you ask me, was probably the best decision that he made that night. If Angelo did decide to stay, there's truly no telling what kind of horrifying things could have happened to him. Angelo may have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the strangest corners of the world, but I think he's going to think twice about ever going into a forest like this one at night ever again. A woman named Rachel Navarro posted a video to her TikTok account back in September of this year, in which she says that she was just watching something on her computer, but was distracted rather suddenly. She says that there's currently no electricity in her house at the moment, and says that she should be alone, but it's about here in the video in which things start to get weird, to say the least.
But I swear, shite. Okay, this door, Jesus, has been doing this literally all day. And look, that's shite. Oh my god. Jeez. Hello? Hold on. I'm going out there. Hello? This is like mad dark if I don't. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit. Jesus. Hold on.
As you just saw and heard, something pushes on the door from the hallway. But interestingly, when Rachel goes to investigate, some eerie whispering noises and breathing can be heard. This is absolute nightmare fuel for anyone who's just trying to settle into a new place, especially if they're alone at the time of an incident like this happening. What would you guys do if you found yourself in a situation similar to this one? I think most people would be a lot more freaked out here than Rachel was. Hats off to her for putting on a brave face. A man named Harry McClary posted a video to his TikTok account on February 7th, 2021, and shows him in the darkness as he films something that's bothering him in his house. Right off the bat, we see something freaky happen that you may not even notice unless you're paying really close attention. Watch this and see if you notice anything strange. If you look just closely enough, you should be able to make out what appears to be a shadow moving on the other side of the door at the bottom of the floor. From this point onward, even more creepy things happen. Take a look at this part right here. A dog toy can be heard beeping on the other side of the door, much to Harry's horror. Just when you think the worst is over, though, something else happens just a couple of seconds later. As soon as Harry opens the door, you can see the dog toy lying on the floor, and the ceiling lamp can be seen moving very violently before the video eventually abruptly ends, leaving us all to wonder what exactly we just saw. I don't know about you, but I think it would be in Harry's best interest to find a new place to live as soon as possible. A drunk person can often be perceived as funny because alcohol in moderation has the effect of loosening inhibitions, leading to unfiltered thoughts, exaggerated behavior, and unexpected antics that may seem amusing to onlookers. In this TikTok video posted back in 2021 by a user simply known as Opal Ghosts, we watch as she films her drunk friend fooling around and having a fun time. It seems like a funny and perfectly normal video. But as I'm sure you can anticipate, that changes rather quickly. Opal's friend is dancing around while an adorable pet dog is wandering around in the room, perhaps confused as to what is going on. It's all fun and games for Opal's friend until this happens.
You're fucked. What? What? What are you doing? Did you not hear that? No. Are you sure? I can hear that. Sinji.
Out of nowhere, the mirror positioned inside of Opal's room begins to shake all by itself, something that her friend notices instantly, even in her drunken state. She then looks visibly freaked out by the incident, and it's not hard to see why. A second video posted by Opal a bit later shows her proving that it wasn't her friend jumping around that caused the mirror to shake the way that it did. Someone in the comments said that maybe her friend's hand accidentally hit the mirror, but reviewing the footage, it doesn't seem likely. What do you guys think about this eerie video? Either way, I think it's safe to say that Opal is probably going to keep a watchful eye on the mirror in the future. The following video that we'll be taking a look at is one that's rather sad, but it's just as creepy at the same time. It was posted to Reddit in the Ghost subreddit by a user known as Reddit Bans Free Speak. In the video, we watch as the uploader is sitting inside of a trauma ambulance after he unfortunately was shot in the eye with a BB gun. The man was able to put on a brave face on the way to the hospital, but sadly for him, he wasn't entirely alone in the back of the vehicle. Did you hear that? Towards the end of the video, if you listen closely enough, you can make out what sounds like some kind of strange, otherworldly spirit saying the words, "It's fine, I am ready." Interestingly, it appears as if the uploader didn't notice any kind of voice at the time of recording, because as soon as those words are mysteriously spoken, he shows no reaction. I cannot even begin to imagine just how terrifying this must have been for him to play back later on and hear that terrifying voice say those words. If it turns out that this video is indeed real, then it definitely brings up a lot of questions. Who or what was saying that? And perhaps most importantly, why is it saying it's fine? And why did it say that it's ready? Ready for what? Whoever's in charge of that ambulance might have to do a paranormal investigation inside it to find out if it truly is haunted. As I'm sure almost all of you are aware by now, home security cameras can oftentimes catch the most amazing things that people wouldn't believe if it wasn't recorded. Sure, a lot of the time they also capture some of the most mundane moments of our everyday life, but that isn't always the case, such as the incident depicted in this following video. It was posted to TikTok back in 2021 by a user known as Lockridge Haunting and showcases home surveillance camera footage taken inside this ordinary home in the middle of the day. In the clip, we watch as an adorable dog is just walking around the house minding its own business. Then, in the blink of an eye, this seemingly cute video transforms into something truly creepy. Watch this. Randomly, one of the doors inside of this person's house seems to open all by itself, much to the dog's confusion and fright. No wonder why it got out of there shortly after that happened. A second video that was posted to the same account showcases home security camera footage of a dog sleeping inside of its cage in the middle of the night. All seems to be going perfectly fine when it suddenly gets distracted by something absolutely terrifying. The dog is sleeping when suddenly one of the hinges on the dog cage seems to move all by itself. As for who or what caused this to happen, it's really anybody's guess. Let's just hope that this family's able to put their heads together soon and come up with a solution, because it's clear that something strange is going on here. This next entry comes to us from a TikTok account known as Nightmare Stories Podcast, which frequently uploads videos to their page showcasing highly unnerving paranormal videos. In the first video here, a man known as Claymore is talking to the camera, explaining that he heard some strange noises while in the basement. He decided to pull out his camera to start recording, hoping to capture videographic evidence of this. It only takes a few seconds for the noises to be heard.
Alright, you guys are in luck. You wanted it, right? There it is. Ain't me knocking on shit. Ain't nobody down here, right? You hear it? Now, you guys are gonna say, oh, it's somebody in there. It's an animal. Nope. Let's go. Joe's down here. Nobody.
Out of nowhere, strange knocking noises can be heard coming from somewhere within the basement. Just to prove that he's completely alone in the basement, he proceeds to pick up the camera and walk us around the entire area. And sure enough, it is completely devoid of any others. And despite his best efforts to find out what's making the strange knocking noises, Claymore is unable to find anyone down there with him. A second video posted a bit later showcases the knocking sounds once again, but this time, Claymore says that they are coming from the wall. Then, just as you'd think things couldn't possibly get any stranger, this happens.
See if anything else happens. I mean, I hear it every night. It's tough. Okay, that's never happened before. Now I have to go check it out, otherwise you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's probably somebody in there. Let's go see. I'll show you guys right now. Ain't nobody in this mother right here. And it is empty.
Mysteriously, the bathroom light seemingly turns on all by itself, much to the confusion of both Claymore and us, his viewers. As of right now, nobody's entirely sure as to what exactly happened here, but it's clear that there's some kind of supernatural activity going on inside this house. You know, assuming this isn't an elaborate hoax. Let's just hope that Claymore is able to resolve this issue sooner rather than later. This nearly 10-minute long video was posted to the UFO subreddit and showcases some of the most bizarre alleged UFO sightings ever put to film. The uploader of the post writes, "The video is somewhat infamous, but I've only seen a 60-second or so version posted here before. There are usually comments along the lines of, 'These are training targets.' However, in this full 10-minute version, you can see that the camera switches from FLIR to normal vision, revealing that these are multicolored glowing orbs that move in a rigid spatial relationship with each other. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the video ourselves. At around the 52-second mark, you can see a missile being fired at the objects, but strangely, it has no effect on them. Ever since this video made its way onto the internet, people have been both fascinated and extremely confused by it at the same time, trying to make sense of it all. The video, which was filmed in Afghanistan, has yet to be solved to this day, but many people swear by it being 100% real. There are even some Reddit users who commented on similar experiences they had while working at military bases. What do you guys think of the footage? Is it authentic, or is there something else going on that's more easily explainable? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Imagine you're driving down a road late at night. You're probably exhausted and counting down the minutes until you can get to your destination, whether it's home or somewhere else. However, what would happen if you encountered something absolutely terrifying while driving? That's what happened in this next video we're going to take a look at. A man named Jace was driving down a road late at night in South Australia when out of nowhere, this happened. Over on the side of the road, a vehicle can be seen parked with the driver's side door open, while 3 individuals appear to be rummaging through the trunk, seemingly searching for something. While this is going on, another individual walks into the road, toward Jace, arms outstretched, seemingly trying to get him to stop. He's holding a beer bottle and what looks like a frying pan or something similar. Thankfully, it seems Jace was able to get past these people without any harm coming his way, but it was definitely a terrifying encounter. Several people in the comments shared stories of similar things happening to them, especially on rural or isolated roads. Others pointed out that in situations like these, even if it seems like someone needs help, it's sometimes best to keep driving, just in case it's a setup for something more dangerous. And honestly, I'd have to agree. The Australian outback is vast and mostly empty, and while it's beautiful, it can also be incredibly dangerous. There have been real cases of people being lured into traps on remote roads, most famously the Peter Falconeo case, where a British backpacker was murdered in the outback after he and his girlfriend were flagged down by a man pretending to need help. So while this encounter might have just been a group of drunk people messing around, it's hard not to feel uneasy, especially with a man walking toward the car holding who knows what. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled next time you're driving late at night. You never know who or what might be waiting in the dark. Over on the paranormal video subreddit, a user known as Heron shared a chilling video captured on security camera. He explains that his father used to work the night shift as a security guard in a building and would occasionally send him odd videos from the job. The uploader says he's never been quite shown what to make of this particular clip, but admits it's always creeped him out, and he's curious to hear other people's thoughts. So without further ado, let's take a look. Did you catch it? If you look closely at the corner of the screen, you'll notice what appears to be a ghostly figure just standing still, barely moving. It doesn't walk, it doesn't vanish, it just lurks. The uploader mentions that he's always thought it looked like a woman, but we can't say for sure. Woman or not, there's clearly something there, and it's unsettling how still and human-shaped it is. At one point, it even looks like the figure sways slightly, as if shifting its weight or breathing. That small movement is what makes it feel a little too real to be a trick of the light. Of course, some viewers have suggested that it could be a bug on the camera lens. And while there's always a possibility with older security footage, the swaying movement makes that explanation feel a little less convincing, especially since the rest of the shot remains stable. Is it a trick of the light? A lens anomaly? Or did this camera genuinely catch something unexplainable lurking in the corner of that building? Unfortunately, we don't even know where this was filmed, though the space looks like an office or maybe even a hotel. So who knows? Maybe one of us will unknowingly end up there one day, only to get a closer look at whatever this thing was.
Only to get a closer look at whatever this thing was.
For the next video, we'll be taking a look at 2 videos that were posted on TikTok in March of 2025 by a woman named Emily Dell. In the video, Emily explains that she was hearing weird noises at her door, and she wanted to see if she could capture them on camera. And sure enough, she did capture something very strange. At first, it's hard to make out what's happening beyond the door, but as Emily moves closer, the sounds become a lot clearer. It almost sounds like some sort of strange, static or crackling noise is coming from behind the door, as well as someone's voice. Emily says that she initially thought that it was an animal, but she eventually realized that that was not the case. In a second video that Emily uploaded later on, she takes us through her house and shows us that you can't see anyone outside the door, adding even more creepy fuel to the fire.
And this is why I can't call the cops, because when I go to look, there's no one there. I know it's hard to see, but I'm not opening the door. There's like no one out there, and like, this is a window. There's no people, but this is a window, and you can't really see out there. And it's hard to see out. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
So what do you think is going on here? Some people think it could be the work of a mimic, a type of paranormal entity said to copy human voices in order to lure people out. Others have suggested a skinwalker, a creature from Navajo folklore, known for shape-shifting and imitating voices to deceive or frighten. Now, how plausible are those theories? Well, it really depends on what you believe. Mimics are more of a modern internet urban legend with little historical background, but they've become popular in creepy story circles because of how eerily real they feel. Skinwalkers, on the other hand, come from actual Native American folklore, but their stories are deeply tied to specific cultural and spiritual beliefs. So while it's unlikely that what Emily caught on camera is literally a skinwalker, the behavior, strange noises, imitation of voices, something unseen outside, definitely lines up with how these entities are described. Whatever the case, it's creepy, and Emily clearly experienced something that left her unsettled. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. Over on TikTok, a user going by Adventures with Baby posted a series of videos that start off as ordinary, but take a seriously eerie turn. In the first clip, she is seen unlocking a door in her home, when behind her, the attic entrance suddenly swings open on its own. She hears it creak and turns around quickly, but surprisingly, she doesn't seem too alarmed. In fact, she barely reacts, simply moving on to enter the room like nothing happened. That calm reaction actually makes the situation feel even weirder somehow. In the second and third videos, her landlord comes by to help investigate. Together, they open the attic and take a look inside. They don't find anyone up there at the time, but something about the scene feels off. For one, there are several small holes in the attic boards. Holes that the woman claims definitely weren't there before. But more disturbingly, in the final moments of the last video, you can clearly see a blanket and a pillow tucked away in the attic's face, as if someone had been sleeping up there. That changes the tone of everything. While paranormal activity is one theory, this might point to something even scarier, the possibility that someone was secretly living in the attic. Naturally, there are mundane explanations for things like attic doors opening, drafts, weak hinges, shifting temperatures, but when you pair that with bedding in the attic and unexplained damage, the situation becomes a lot harder to brush off. This video is only a few months old, so hopefully we'll get an update soon. In the meantime, maybe give your attic a second look, because you never really know who or what might be up there. Reddit user Uppers Downers posted a video to the paranormal video subreddit about 3 years ago, showcasing footage captured by a home security camera positioned near their front driveway in the middle of the night. At first, the footage shows nothing unusual, just a quiet, uneventful night on the uploader street. But things quickly take a turn for the weird. We see the uploader's cat, Gus, walk into frame, and it's here where things get really bizarre. Out of nowhere, Gus can be seen scaling the side of a nearby house in a matter of seconds. And the way he does it doesn't quite look natural. It's not just fast, it's unnervingly fast, almost as if the footage is glitched or manipulated. And if you take a closer look at the trees just off to the side, you might notice something even stranger. There appears to be something up there, possibly a figure or shape, that briefly flickers and disappears from view. The uploader admits that after seeing the footage, they were left feeling creeped out by their own cat and were hoping someone could offer a logical explanation. But as far as the threat goes, no clear answer was ever found. Some people in the comments joked about Gus being possessed or a shapeshifter. Others suggested it might be a glitch in the camera's motion or exposure settings. But even if that's the case, the video still has a surreal, unsettling vibe to it that's hard to shake. So was this just a cat doing cat things in a weirdly timed sequence? Or did something else mess with the footage, or with Gus himself? We may never know. But here's hoping the uploader and Gus made peace, and that the little guy is just a bit odd, not otherworldly. TikTok user Charluchero posted the following video while filming inside her house to show her husband, who she says absolutely hates house hunting. At the time of the recording, Charluchero says she was alone in the house with her estate agent. Take a look at this moment right here and see if you catch anything strange.
To that bathroom. And that goes.
If you look closely, you can make out what seems to be a ghostly head, briefly peeking into the room, before vanishing without a trace. According to Charluchero, she didn't even notice anything odd until she re-watched the footage later that day. And here's where things get even weirder. It wasn't her estate agent. You can actually hear the agent's voice coming from another part of the house at the exact time this figure appears. So naturally, the big question is, who or what was it? Now, skeptics might point out that the figure does clearly resemble a woman, which could suggest a third person was somehow present. But according to Charluchero, the only people in the house were herself and the estate agent. And we can hear the agent speaking from another room at the exact moment this figure appears. Could it have been someone else who quickly stepped into view and left through the door with incredibly precise timing? It's technically possible, but highly unlikely, given how calm and empty the house appears otherwise. When you consider all of that, it really makes you wonder what was actually caught on camera. Over on TikTok, a woman named Destiny Sanchez shared that her boyfriend was working on installing Wi-Fi at someone's home for his job when he encountered something absolutely terrifying. The video shows Destiny's boyfriend quietly filming and whispering to the camera, saying that he's been hearing strange noises, even though he's completely alone in the house. Throughout the video, you can hear occasional breathing and faint whispers that definitely seem to be coming from an unseen presence, or perhaps something from beyond. Destiny also notes that the house her boyfriend was in was built back in 1954, so it's definitely got some age to it. Could it be that he was paid a visit by a past resident, or do you think this is something else entirely? One of the creepiest moments comes when a ghostly voice clearly whispers the word, "Help." What kind of danger is this spirit in? And is it even trying to communicate with him directly? It's hard to say. The whisper is subtle but distinct, and it doesn't sound like any kind of obvious audio glitch or interference. Of course, there's also the possibility of audio pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where our brains interpret random sounds as something familiar, like voices or words. That could explain why we think we hear help. Still, given the eerie timing and other strange sounds in the clip, it's understandable why so many people believe something more is going on here. And if it was a spirit reaching out, what exactly was it trying to say? Sadly, we may never know the answer. A Reddit user known as Heart Lethal posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit a couple of weeks ago, and it's been getting a lot of attention ever since. According to the post, the uploader originally thought this video had been lost, but ended up finding it buried in a message thread with his boss, who was actually the one who filmed it. The footage was taken in an old warehouse, which the uploader says dates back to the 1960s. He adds that while they ran a business out of that location for a while, they constantly experienced strange, unexplained events, this being one of the most chilling. Let's take a look at what he's talking about. If you focus on the video around the 22-second mark, you'll notice something subtle but unsettling. A shadow-like figure moves to the right, then seems to turn back and close the door. It's not the easiest thing to catch on the first viewing, but if you rewind and time it right, you'll definitely see the movement. It's there, and it doesn't look like it's being cast by anything visible in the scene. In the comments, the uploader explains, quote, "A shadow should not even be able to appear in that corner of the room. There was nothing to cast it. We even let the front door open to let the wind blow and see if we could recreate the video, but nothing could explain it," end quote. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a trick of light or even an insect on the camera lens. But if you watch closely, the way the shadow moves and the fact that it seemingly interacts with the door makes those explanations feel less likely. If it was faked, it was done very subtly and convincingly. It's the kind of video that doesn't hit you right away, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that might be the creepiest part. So if you're watching this before bed, well, sweet dreams. A man named Chase Beckstead posted a video to his TikTok account in March of 2025, saying that he and his wife were staying at her grandfather's house, a home where he had recently passed away. While they were trying to settle in for the night, they kept hearing the bedroom door trying to open, which understandably freaked them out. So they pulled out their phone and started recording the incident for us to see.
We were just going to bed and we're not. Let me just show you.
literally had to put the bag up against the door. And we're not sure.
Chase says that he packed up their things and took his wife out to the car, then came back inside alone to grab the rest of their belongings, leaving the bedroom door open behind him. In the second part of the video, we watch as they attempt to leave, but the door begins to rattle again. This time, it's even more intense, almost like something unseen is desperately trying to get them to stay.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out of here.
Is it possible that this is the spirit of Chase's wife's grandfather? Maybe he wasn't ready to let go yet, or perhaps he simply wanted their company in the home he once lived in. It's also worth noting that while doors can move due to drafts or old hinges, the timing and persistence in this clip feels a little too deliberate to write off entirely, especially considering that they were already on edge, and the door had been left open beforehand. Sadly, we'll never know the definite answer, but honestly, it's probably for the best that they decided to leave, just in case something truly unwanted was waiting on the other side of that door. A YouTube channel known as Scream Freak 79 posted a video on February 4th, 2011 that shows a couple of guys standing outside in the middle of the night in a creepy forest. They're trying to make contact with a spirit they believe might be lurking in the area. At first, it seems like nothing is happening, like their attempts at communication aren't working. But that all changes in a matter of seconds when something truly unexpected happens. Out of nowhere, the two men are startled after noticing something in the distance. Just moments later, we can see what appears to be a ghostly apparition quickly moving through the trees before it vanishes into thin air, never to be seen or heard from again. The figure's movement is fast and eerily smooth, and it definitely stands out against the surrounding darkness. It's not easy to tell what it is, but it doesn't look like a person casually walking through the woods, more like something gliding. Now, this video dates back to 2011, and unfortunately, there haven't been any follow-up posts or updates from the channel. That means this clip remains shrouded in mystery to this day. Some viewers believe this was a legitimate paranormal encounter. Others have suggested it could have been a prank, a person dressed in white moving quickly through the trees, or even a camera artifact or low-resolution trick of the light. But if it was faked, it's worth noting how convincingly eerie it still looks over a decade later, especially with the timing of the reactions and the setting. It feels authentic whether or not it is. So what do you think? Did these two amateur ghost hunters actually manage to film a spirit in the woods that night? Or was it something else entirely? Let me know your theories in the comments.